At the end of the 7 Years' War, France lost almost all of their American colonies. It gave them to Great Britain. Even though France lost most of its colonies in North America, it could still fish the waters of its old colonies. But the ships at the time could not just cross the entire Atlantic Ocean, fish, and then go back to France without hitting shore and getting supplies. And Britain did not want French ships in their harbors, so Great Britain let them keep two 93-square-mile islands of St. Pierre and Miquelon, which means these islands are the last of French Quebec. The islands have a little history. In the American Revolution, Britain took control of the islands and exiled the inhabitants. During the Napoleonic Wars, the islands were occupied by Great Britain and were returned to France. When Napoleon returned, they came back again and then were returned. In the First World War, all of the men on the island were drafted for the army. During World War II, St. Pierre and Miquelon were part of Vichy France until the islands were freed by Free French forces. Since the events, the islands are only important because of their EEZ, or Exclusive Economic Zone. This is just basically dibs on all resources underwater, such as fishing, oil, mining in general, and many more. France has the biggest EEZ in the world, owning about 8% of the world's EEZ. Part of this huge EEZ is the EEZ of St. Pierre in Miquelon. There was a legal dispute between Canada and France over the EEZ, but France generally losing to have the small EEZ for the islands. Today, around 6,000 people live in St. Pierre and Miquelon. These islands will probably never be given to Canada and remain as the last part of French Quebec.